It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Tiny Rebel Brewing Company, and it's a can of their Strawberry Bomb Strawberry Sour, coming in at 4% ABV, described as a strawberry bomb strawberries with a hint of sour. We have one rule: never just make vanilla ice cream. Nice description, nice way of thought. Let's get the can out into a glass, see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening. I do like the can art. On a crowded... Oh, let me quickly show you the beer before the head dissipates. We've got a 3-finger. It's almost got this like slightly pinky coloured head on the beers. It's ever so slight. I'm not sure if you can pick it up in the camera. Let me duck out the way. Ever so slight kind of pinky hue to the head. It's yeah, more or less white head with a touch of pinkiness about it. Good levels of carbonation, slightly hazy looking sour beer. I would say that was a amber coloured beer, maybe a little bit of a red hue going on. Let's go back to the can briefly. Just their can art, just the art on the can for me is terrific. Let's think about crowded beer shelves for a moment. You go into the bottle shop, the beer shop, even your local Tesco's these days. You're faced with an array of choice. So what these brewers are now doing is they're battling it out. It's like the marketing has gone up a notch to really say, hey, look at our beer, pick this up, look at it, maybe buy it. And I think they've done a great job with that. I think if I seen that on the supermarket shelf, I would definitely be picking it up and looking at it and reading the back and that sort of thing. It's got a nice funky vibe to it. So at this stage of the review, I want to say that Tiny Rebel Brewing Company actually sent me the beer, but of course this is an impartial beer review. We are completely 100% independent from any breweries or any association in the beer world. Aroma. It smells terrific. Oh, terrific. It's just tart. Strawberry tart, warm, jam on a stove. I've never made chili. I've never made strawberry jam. I've made chili jam, and it filled the room with beautiful smells of chili and pepper and spice and whatnot. Because of course you're boiling the liquid down to make it into a jam consistency. If I was to make strawberry jam on the stove, I can imagine it smelling just like this beer. Really kind of sweet and tart and strawberry-like. But there's a little bit of funkiness in there. Definite bit of funkiness. Maybe they've used lactobacillus. What lactobacillus does is that it changes the beer from going down the sweet route, it changes it to go down the sour route. It's a scientific process. It's actually based off a milk product, lactobacillus. And they put it into the beer rather than just malt, because the malt makes the beer sweet, or wants to make the beer sweet. Lactobacillus turns it the other way and makes it slightly sour. You learn something new any day, every day. I'm going to dive in. Cheers. Ooh. Ooh. Mmm. It had the potentials of massive sourness. I was about to roll my face up into a crisp bag, and like you would a crisp bag, when you finish with it, crumple it all up. I was expecting my face to crumple up, but it just somehow fell over itself. It just somehow went, oh, like a hop, skip and jumper at the Olympics, got it all wrong and landed in the sand on his face. Starts off really promisingly in terms of the carbonation. I love that hiss and fizz of a sour beer. And then of course I love the sourness. And for me the sourness just doesn't deliver. It doesn't deliver. It's a real shame. It's a real shame because they put an awful lot of effort into this branding, this marketing. They've got the face there of the strawberry, like, you know, it's really sour, you know, but it hasn't delivered. Maybe it's my batch, maybe it's the batch that I have from Tiny Rebel, but I can't imagine them sending me a can from a dud batch. Why would they send me that? We get 200,000 views a month on YouTube. Why would they send me a dud can? This must be the finished article. Got like a dairy, a weird kind of like, almost like milky dairy taste after the sourness. There's a touch of sourness. Nowhere near. You've seen me on the channel. You've seen me review some of the beautiful. I mean, here's a sour beer. I was half expecting. That's a proper kind of lambic style sour beer, cork and caged. I've used it. It's just part of my decoration. But that's a proper Belgian way of producing a sour beer. And I think if Tiny Rebel, if they went for it, you know, they just went, oh, we're going to go for it. We're going to produce a really good sour like the Belgians do. And we're going to add some strawberry to it. I think they would have been onto an absolute winner. And I think everybody in the beer world would have been talking about this beer. They got the branding right. They got the price right, probably. The ABV's right, 4%. They've done their homework in every single department apart from the actual sourness in the beer. It's just not sour at all. Maybe the smallest touch of sourness. And then it's like strawberries and cream. That's what I found. That's what it is. Like I was talking about like a milky product earlier. Strawberries and cream maybe in terms of flavour. It's really, I'm finding it almost kind of, I mean, they're more or less one of my local breweries, Tiny Rebel. They're no more than half an hour's drive away, just off the M4 junction 30, I don't know, 20 something, 31, maybe junction 31, something like that, the M4. And they're literally a minute's drive off the M4. They've got a fantastic location, fantastic brewery. They produce some really, really good beer. And then they produce some beers which are maybe not where they should be. I like the Lazy Boy Lager. I like the Pineapple Express. But in the comments box of the Pineapple Express, which is the beer they brewed with a brewery from North Wales, can't think of their names now. It's another one of those Tesco beers, £3 for a 440ml can. In the comments box of Pineapple Express, I just had a load of comments saying, I can't believe you like this beer. We've had just everyone found this beer to be not right. There was something wrong with it, but I actually like my can. So they're going through a bit of a funny stage, Tiny Rebel. I think they needed to get this right. They really needed to get this right. Maybe they can change this. Maybe they can work on this and change this and come on guys, really make this a sour beer. There's no point in calling it a sour beer if it's not sour. It's just, you're just barking up the wrong tree. People know these days. This is the thing. People, you might get away with it in Tesco. Your average consumer who buys a dairy milk bag of Doritos, milk bread, ice cream, and they take a chance on this. They don't really know nothing about beer. they'll probably like this beer. But then again, there's a lot of people who are in the industry who have their eyes firmly on Tesco and are going to Tesco to see what all the fuss is about. And if they go to Tesco and see what all the fuss is about and pick up something like this, then they're gonna be really disappointed, and they're gonna go back to their bottle shop. Rating. It's refreshing to a point. There's that weird kind of lactosey strawberries and cream kind of sweet flavour in there. It's not for me. It's not for me. The jam donut pale ale somehow really worked. I really enjoyed that beer. Really enjoyed it. But this is not for me, I'm afraid. It's just not sour enough. I'm going to give it a 3. 3 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. So, to wrap things up, to finish things up, I want to say one more thing. And that is Tiny Rebel have seemed to have shifted their attentions towards beers with adjuncts in a major way. Pineapple Express, Strawberry Sour, Jam Donut Pale Ale. The other one, the Imperial Stay Puffed Marshmallow Imperial Porter. My wife loved that. I didn't like it at all. I had a couple of sips of that and I couldn't do that. It was way too sweet for me. So I think, I don't know, maybe for me they should go back to brewing amazing pale ales and IPAs and imperial stouts like they did at the very beginning. That what made them who they are today as a brewery. For me, I think they've taken the wrong path down the strawberry beers, the pineapple beers, the jam donut beers. You're looking at a real niche market for that. But then I could be wrong. I could be massively wrong because I don't really like sweet stuff, and many people do. Thanks for watching. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.